is less violent today than it has been at any time in human history, and not just by a little bit, massively less violent than at any time in human history. Now, what's even more exciting, because when I discovered this book, I started doing a lot of research on this. What's even more exciting is it seems to be accelerating because crime rates are dropping all over the planet. In most of the planet, crime rates are dropping precipitously, and over the last 2 decades, they've dropped profoundly. Just in the last decade or so, the homicide rate in the United States has dropped by half, and it was already tremendously low, as far as like historical records were concerned. So there's something happening across the face of the planet, and nobody can explain it. In my Gospel of Science book, I have a quote from a professor who says, nobody understands why this is happening. It's happening, and some people will say. Now, Steven Pinker's book is very meticulous about going through history and explaining how social changes can address some of this stuff, and it's brilliant. I couldn't improve on that at all. But coming from the mind-body meditative angle and knowing what I know about the mind-body meditative practices and the effects that they have, the changing effects in the brain where they cause people to become more, their brains to become larger in the empathy and compassion areas and smaller in the fear and stress parts. For me, coming from that angle and seeing the rapid decline in our time, just in the last few decades, of violent crimes, I'm seeing it as something deeper than just sociological changes. I'm seeing it as something that's happening within the consciousness of human beings all over the planet, and I think that meditators are accelerating this, but it's not just affecting them, because as we just talked about, these studies show that these consciousness changes, our minds are like radios. I mean, they're brain waves.
Absolutely.
Don't just stop at the skull.
You said that's said very well. Absolutely true. Yeah.
Yes. So they're rippling out. These waves are rippling out all through society.
What you said is, yes. I all of these things that you've talked about, you have delineated so well. I'm so very excited, that you were able to talk about this stuff, because I know it to be, but the way that you set it out there, and the way that you write, that's going to be a wonderful thing. And I certainly want to help get it in the hands of as many people as possible.
Hoy es el Día Mundial del Tai Chi.
Esta es la sede, del Uruguay del festejo. Se ha convocado a todas las escuelas, a todos los practicantes de Tai Chi o interesados en general a